Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to MakinMotorMoves. It's a beautiful day. The Pit Vipers just came in the mail, so I can finally match Ben and Phil's style. We've got a special opportunity here to compare 20 years of difference in John Deere front mount commercial mowers. We've got a 2016 John Deere 1550 versus our beloved F9 1996 F911 front mount commercial mower. So stay tuned. Some of you guys might be wondering why we have a 2016 fairly used John Deere commercial mower on our hands. I'll tell you why. Remember in my last video when I said my Uncle Richard farms out in Ithaca, Nebraska? The farm is called BR Farms, and it stands for Bob and Richard. Bob and Richard are two brothers. Bob, my uncle's brother, said, I want a 2016 John Deere 1550. Can you find me one? Because he's busy farming, he's busy planting, and he's a farmer. He's doing all kinds of stuff. So I said, Bob, I tell you what, I will find you a John Deere 1550. So I found it up in Stillwater, Minnesota, and it's here and we're allowed to use it. And we thought, what better way to have this on our property right now than to do a comparison video with our 1996 John Deere F911. We're going to start with our beloved F911 because tomorrow we are selling this mower and it is going to be gone forever. But we're making a profit and we'll get to that later. Boom, 1996 John Deere F911. This has a 60-inch commercial front mount mowing deck. It is PTO driven. This is a 4x2 front mount mower. What that means, it's not four-wheel drive, it's two-wheel drive. It's got 4 tires, but the front 2 tires are the driving tires which connect to the hydrostatic transmission underneath. It is a 1-speed hydrostatic transmission. It goes about 10.8 miles per hour. We've got a Curtis cab that is actually made for this exact series of front mount mowers, spiced it up with our own LED lights on the front, and there is also an LED light in the rear. So we can mow at night. We can also plow at night, which was actually really convenient, or sometimes early in the morning. You guys should have hopefully seen that in some earlier videos. This thing is a beast when it comes to plowing the driveway of snow in the wintertime. Back to some business here. This mower has a 22 horsepower liquid cooled Kawasaki V-twin engine. It's got hydraulic power steering by this cylinder actuator here. Now we're going to jump to the operator station. You've got your brake pedals, your actuating pedals for going forward and reverse. It's got 2 SCVs. This one raises and lowers the mower deck, and this one with the blade tilts the blade. Got your gauges here. It has 844 hours. Now, price. If I didn't already mention this before, we bought this mower for $1,200. Tomorrow, we are selling the mower for $3,000. Jumping over here, another shotgun comparison with the 2016 John Deere 1550. Has a 72-inch 7-iron front mount commercial deck. Does a great job cutting. It is also PTO driven with the shaft here that goes back into the hydrostatic transmission there. This is also a 4x2 tractor. Drivetrain, already mentioned the hydrostatic transmission, but back here we have a 24.5 liquid cooled Yanmar 3-cylinder diesel. This mower also has a very nice cab on it. Differences here is we got glass all the way around on all 4 corners of the cab. We have a column that tilts up and down, which is pretty nice. Now this has one SCV, and all it does is raise and lower the deck when actuated back and forth. Got controls for a winch to power the chute on the snowblower. Forgot to mention that this tractor package was also highly sought after for my uncle's brother because it included a 47-inch 2-stage snowblower. Pretty nice cab overall. We got an inside dome light here. Got our LED lights mounted on the inside. I will say this cab has a cup holder, and we never got around to installing a cup holder on the F911, so brownie points so far. A little bit beefy, a little bit bigger than our F911, but overall they're both made to do the exact same job. Boom, main differences here. We've got a 24.5 horsepower Yanmar 3-cylinder diesel versus our F911 with a 22 horsepower V-twin Kawasaki gas engine. This mower has 2 SCV hydraulic controls. This mower has 1 SCV hydraulic control. This has a foot wider mowing deck. They both have cabs. They both have LED lights. They're both 2-wheel drive. This mower has 346 hours, and this mower 844 hours, which is actually pretty low hours for a mower that's 20 years old. And wait for it, this mower costs $15,500. This mower costed Ben and I $1,200. I'm not jacking on the price too much. This is more just a fun comparison video. Ours is a 1996, and there will be some things that break down on it over time. But right now, only at 844 hours, it's running fantastic. This mower is every bit worth $15,500. You're getting a very nice package here, and it comes with a nice insulated cab and a snowblower. So it's definitely worth the 15 grand. We'd love to have something like this, but this isn't in our budget. What else? What else? I think that covers all of our bases here. It's time to fire up the mowers and get mowing.
ahead, but let's take a look at this real quick. The biggest tell here is when we're going that fast, we're just not getting an even cut. And the F9 did its hardest, and I could tell immediately as we hit this pass and we went full bore on the hydro, 10.6 miles an hour, it just started to bog down. And it was not getting the revolutions that it needed to get all the grass cut. And now over here, the 1550, I think did a much better job. One, it's got more horsepower, and two, I think it just had a, whatever, just the mower itself is built a little bit better, and it just did a much better job. Overall, you should have been able to do that with decently long grass, but it's a little thick right now.
Pedal to the metal. The hydro, you could feel, was fighting the PTO shaft revolutions on the blade.
Well, we're gonna go finish up these passes and redo them, get this last strip of grass here, and then let's walk out into the yard.
Before we get out and do some mowing and test these mowers to their limits, well, that was dumb. Before we get out and wait for this truck to pass.